Welcome. Let me set the stage for what we'll be covering today, a focused walk through the topics ahead, with the goal of leaving you with something useful by the end. Walt Whitman is often called the father of free verse, a style of poetry that breaks away from traditional rhyme and meter. He's one of the most influential American poets, known not just for his words, but for his life as a teacher, journalist, and editor. His most famous work, Leaves of Grass, celebrates big ideas like nature, democracy, freedom, and the shared experience of being human. Whitman's poetry invites us to see the world in a fresh, expansive way. This slide highlights some key qualities of the poet's work and beliefs. He believed deeply in the equality of all people, which shaped much of his writing. Instead of sticking to traditional rhyme and meter, he chose free verse, a style that feels more natural and flowing. His poems often carry a sense of optimism, spirituality, and the way life is all connected. He writes simply, like he's having a conversation, but with a thoughtful, philosophical touch. In The Voice of Rain, for example, he gives rain a voice to tell the story of nature's endless cycle of creation and renewal. This poem was first published in 1865 as part of the collection Leaves of Grass. It's a free verse dialogue, a conversation between two voices. On one side, we have the poet, full of questions. On the other, the rain itself, answering with calm and wisdom. The poem explores nature's beauty and renewal, capturing the endless cycle of life through the rain's voice. It's a quiet reflection, inviting us to listen closely to the world around us. Here, we encounter a beautiful dialogue between the self and the rain, a voice from nature itself. The rain calls itself the poem of earth, rising invisibly from land and sea, then falling back to nourish the world. It's a cycle of life and renewal, turning what's dormant into what's alive. This passage reminds us that nature's rhythms are both ancient and ever-present, quietly giving back to their origin, making everything purer and more beautiful in the process. Whitman starts with a direct question, speaking to the rain as if it's alive. The rain answers back, calling itself the poem of earth. This isn't just weather, it's the planet speaking through the rain. That bold voice brings nature to life, inviting us to listen closely. It's a powerful way to begin, setting the stage for a conversation between us and the world around us. Let's dive in. Let's think about rain as a traveler on an endless journey, the water cycle. It starts by rising invisibly from land and oceans through evaporation, turning into water vapor. This vapor climbs skyward, gathering into clouds. Though it shifts from liquid to vapor and back, it's always the same water. Then, rain falls again, washing away dust and quenching dry lands. This cycle is constant, cleansing, renewing, and sustaining life all around us. It's a powerful reminder of nature's endless rhythm and transformation. Rain is more than just water falling from the sky. It's a vital force that wakes dormant seeds from their sleep. Without rain, those seeds would stay hidden, lifeless beneath the soil. Thanks to the water cycle, rain keeps returning to where it started, purifying and refreshing the earth along the way. Whitman beautifully likens rain to a song, one that fulfills its purpose and then returns home, bringing life and beauty back to its origin. Now, let's turn our attention to poetic devices. These are the tools poets use to add depth, rhythm, and meaning to their work. From metaphor to alliteration, each device shapes how we experience a poem. Understanding these helps us appreciate poetry on a deeper level, and even use these techniques in our own writing. We're about to explore some of the most common and powerful poetic devices. This slide explores vivid imagery through a series of poetic lines. We see a voice rising, intangible from the earth and sea, a presence both mysterious and powerful. Then, a gentle question is posed to a soft falling shower, inviting reflection. The speaker describes descending to wash away drought and dust, revealing the life hidden within. Finally, there's a promise of endless renewal, giving life back to where it all began, day and night. It's a beautiful cycle of connection and rebirth. Personification gives life to the non-living. It lets us hear the voice of the rain, as if it's speaking directly to us. Here, the rain calls itself the poem of earth, a way to connect nature with human feeling. This technique makes the world around us more vivid, more relatable. It's not just rain falling, it's a voice telling a story. Here, we encounter the idea of antithesis, a powerful contrast that brings meaning through opposition. The phrase speaks to a cycle, a giving back to where life began. It's about balance, tension, and renewal. This tension between opposing forces creates depth, inviting us to reflect on how beginnings and endings are intertwined, how giving and receiving shape our existence. It's a reminder that every action echoes back to its source. Hyperbole is all about exaggeration, stretching the truth to make a point or to spark imagination. Here, the phrase eternal I rise impalpable out of the land, and the bottomless sea paints a picture of something vast, unstoppable, and almost otherworldly. It's not literal, but it captures a feeling of endless emergence and power. That's the magic of hyperbole. It takes us beyond the ordinary, into the realm of the extraordinary. Let's think about metaphor, a powerful tool that helps us connect ideas in unexpected ways. Here, the phrase, I am the poem of earth, invites us to see ourselves as part of something larger, something alive and expressive. It's not just words, it's a way to feel the world differently, to find meaning beyond the literal. Metaphors like this open doors to deeper understanding and inspire us to look at things with fresh eyes. Let's dive into critical analysis by looking at art as a life force. Just like rain returns to the earth, a poem returns to its maker, showing us that art, like nature, moves in a cycle of giving and receiving. The rain gives freely, without expecting anything back, healing and sustaining the earth. This cycle of rising, falling, and returning is a powerful metaphor for life's continuity. Nothing truly disappears, everything transforms. These themes remind us how deeply connected art and life really are. Let's explore how Whitman saw nature, not just as scenery, but as a living, speaking presence. For him, everything was connected. Humans, nature, the divine, all part of one unified whole. Art wasn't just creation. It was a spiritual exchange, a way to commune with something greater. This idea comes from transcendentalism, which deeply influenced Whitman. It's the belief that nature is alive with spirit, and that our individual souls can connect directly with the universal. That's the heart of Whitman's vision. Whitman's poem is a love letter to giving, to the rain, the poet, and all living things. It lasts because it touches something deep and universal, our shared desire to nourish, to create, and to give back. That timeless message is what keeps it alive in every heart.